This program is designed to empower aspiring and established women entrepreneurs in the Australian tech sector with global ambitions to be in a position to export goods and services to the US in the next 12 to 36 months.
I want to change the lives of the more than 1 billion plus size women in the world.
We make tactile sensors that give robots a human sense of touch so they can use their hands like we do.
We're bringing digital clothing to video conferencing.
We want to ensure all children have access to speech therapy.
@One is a solution to supercharge the ability to meditate by combining ancient practices with leading-edge technology.
We cut through complex reporting frameworks with simpler assessments.
We've developed a readiness software, an agile audit process, and practice guides.
The New Wave US Ready Bootcamp is a joint initiative of UNSW and the United States Embassy and Consulates in Australia, who partnered for the very first time to deliver this US market-focused and mentoring program for 10 successful women-led startups.
How much traction should we have had in the, say, Australian local market before we think of expanding into the US?
What would be the top 3 things that you would recommend doing before you hit the ground so that you can literally hit the ground running?
I would start having Zoom calls, even if you're not in the US, as much as possible with people you want to meet. I think that's the one thing about the pandemic. We did our whole fundraising round and didn't meet one investor in person.
The first question I always ask anyone who's considering to come to the US is, do you have a written export plan? Talking about the size of the market opportunity here, the risk factors, competition, changes that will need to be made to your product.
The way business is approached in Australia is completely different than the way it's done in the United States.
Part of the reason it's so expensive to scale in the US is different tax legislation, different employee legislation in each state.
In the US, if you are a US citizen, if you are a green card holder, you are considered a US tax resident and therefore taxable on your worldwide income.
Every founder's on their unique journey, especially with expanding to the US. It can get very complicated very quick with all different things you need to think about, especially with the different states in the US. They're almost different countries.
I would just say back yourself. People are going to try and knock you down, but it doesn't matter. It's going to happen. They just don't get it. That's all. They just haven't experience what you've experienced.
Never before have I been in a program where every single week the program is adapted and new people are brought in to shed light on the things that we're really interested in.
It's been great to come out of the 10X. We've really taken our startup to the next level, and then coming onto New Wave, it's been really good as well to connect with other women founders. It's nice to connect on a different level, share our vulnerabilities even.
The seeking investment process, which is kind of like just this big hand wavy thing. Like before this, it was like this hand wavy thing of like, yeah, you go and you talk to investors. What does that mean? And now it's more like this structured, okay, we want to qualify the investors and we want to get a warm intro, then we want to, actually make contact with them, do a high level pitch and then this and this.
I wanted to prepare for expansion into the US, and that is what this program delivered. It's great value and provides valuable resources that you will use for a long time.
By focusing on the US as the world's most established entrepreneurial market, we have equipped Australian businesswomen with the skills and knowledge to be globally competitive, and we've given them a roadmap to access capital or customers in the US. We are so excited to be given the opportunity to extend New Wave's current offering, which supports more women-led startups. And we can give them access to the benefits of building an export plan with the support of a US experienced mentor.
When I signed up to New Wave US and I was partnered with Alex from Ginger and Smart, I lost my mind. Just a wonderful, wonderful person to be around, let alone to actually pick their brains.
Incredible insights that you can't find other ways by learning about people's experiences, hearing about their experiences, and there's so many things that make a difference to the journey if you know what someone else has been through rather than what you read about what's supposed to happen.
My mentor, she was amazing, the best female mentor that I've experienced in my career, and I'm just super grateful, not only for her insights on the US, which are extensive, but also her advice on just strategy generally for the business and questions and considerations that I might not have thought of before.
One of the most valuable parts of the New Wave US program was spending time with my mentor. He dialed in from San Francisco and was able to give me real tips about entering the market.
If you look at some of the stats coming out of the US, tech companies founded by women achieve a 35% higher return on investment, yet are attracting only half the amount of capital. There's a lot of talk around stronger participation for women in the workforce as part of our recovery from COVID. Often women returning to the workforce aren't doing so on a level playing field, whereas with entrepreneurship, they're basically creating their own field and owning it. So that's what we're looking to drive.
It's inspiring, but also nerve-wracking.
Captivating.
Insightful and essential.
Rewarding.
Focused and resource providing.
2 words I'd use to describe my experience in the New Wave program is inspiring and insightful.
We are so grateful to everyone who contributed to this program. Mentors, speakers, the US Embassy and Consulates in Sydney, and of course UNSW. Thank you to all our participants. We are so excited to see what the future holds for you.